injury due to me falling down while getting hit by the wave, I lost my friends. Again! Walking around blindly and searching for them for the second time was definitely the last thing that I wanted to do that day. However, using my excellent strategy from earlier, I took a moment to look around the area where I was floating. Light shape, lighter shape, tan shape, light shape, dark shape. Joe! Is that you? Arrow! Man! Over here, dude!
Give me that bloody spread! Do my spread! No!
That was a pretty good spread. Now moving on. I still had one more problem. The finale. My glasses were gone. Let me tell you something about trusty spectacles. They're kind of expensive. Frames can be anywhere from $100 to $300 plus. Then, to get your lenses cut and customized can also be anywhere from $100 to $300 plus. So just for example, let's say my glasses are $450. When you're wearing glasses, just imagine $450 taped to your face, or maybe a PS4 with a couple of burritos, or whatever equals $450, I don't know. So, I had basically dropped $450 of cash into a wave pool. I still remember telling my mom at the end of that day when she came to pick me up, Mom, I lost my glasses, and then we just made eye contact for like 10 seconds without saying anything. And I'm sure that you guys know that the only thing worse than yelling and getting beat with a sandal is when your mom is completely silent because you don't know what's going to come next. And then she says, oh my god, I almost thought you were serious for a second there. Okay, you got me. Funny joke. Get in the car. But it wasn't a joke, and I actually did lose my glasses. And at that moment, I started praying for mercy to every god and beautiful thing that has ever existed on this earth because I already knew I was about to receive the ass beating of the century. Losing a pair of glasses that almost cost $500 in an immigrant household, specifically Asian, it was basically a death sentence. I could already feel the sting of being hit with the sandal of discipline and dishonor. If you've never been raised in an immigrant household and have never been hit with a sandal or any of these other items, I'm sorry if this wasn't relatable. But anyway, so then I told her I actually wasn't joking and that I lost my glasses in the wave pool. I'll always remember that car ride home. And if you're wondering, no, it's not because I cried a little. It's because I cried a lot. So yeah, the water park. Good time. So my first year of college, I had a mandatory night lecture on art history, and since it was a night lecture, me and my friends would routinely grab food before class started. And when we left campus, we would walk past the student lounge, and every time I would notice the same three girls sitting on the couches, who by the way were in the same night lecture that we were in. And one of them had caught my eye because, well, I thought she was cute. I wanted to meet this girl, but I decided against it, and I wanted to focus on my schoolwork and education. She's just another cute girl you see at school. You'll get over her in like a week, or so I thought. September and October roll by, and it is now the first week of November. Finish class in the morning, grab food with friends, walk by student lounge, and coincidentally see cute girl, then go to class. This was my routine every single Monday, and still I couldn't help but notice her every time we walked by to grab food. You know the classic, okay, so I'm just gonna take a quick look at this person, and oh shit, yeah, that's a nice brick wall over there. Yup, just looking at that brick wall. It was a classic case of being interested in someone, but having no real way to approach or start a conversation with them. Another 2 weeks pass by, and one day I'm in the cafeteria with my friends, and I decide to bring it up. Hey, what do you think of that girl with the short hair over there? Oh, her? Yeah, she's pretty cute. Do you like her? Well, yeah. You would think this type of behavior would end in the 3rd grade, but it totally doesn't. You should ask her out. I mean, I would, but scared. Give me a week or two. Cool. Well, what's her name? And that's when I realized, wait, I don't even know what this girl's name is. 3 months into the semester, and I don't even have a clue as to who she is. And until I figured out her name, I referred to her as History Girl to my friends. And as much as I wanted to meet History Girl, I knew nothing about her. Get out there and meet new people and ask people out is what I would like to say, but you need at least something to start that first conversation. Maybe a study partner, or a club, or a mutual friend. And for me, I had 0 of these items in my inventory. So for the rest of the week, I made it my mission to try and figure out who this girl was. So I started asking around. In our night class of over 100 people, being the socially extroverted person that I am, I was well acquainted with at least a quarter of our class. This is where I started my detective work. In a few days, I talked to at least 11 different people to see if I could find at least one clue, but I kept getting shrugs and I don't knows. History Girl was still a complete mystery. And what made things worse was sometime in the middle of the semester, she dyed her hair and I lost track of her for like 2 weeks. It's like somebody put me into a university dating simulator game and was like, yo, let's put it on hard mode. Why are you doing this? I think I'm putting more effort into this than I am with my homework. Then at one point my friends jumped in to help me out and started looking through social media. From Instagram to Facebook to Twitter to Tumblr, but nothing turned up. But then they went the extra mile and looked through our entire first year class list of 400 plus people on this poster in the main hall from orientation, but they still couldn't match a name to a face. Did this because we didn't have yearbooks. History Girl was a ghost on social media and in real life. By the way, orientation was an event on the day before classes started where we got to meet other first years and take a tour of the school. This information will be important later. So I had all of these connections, but I found out nothing. Why is this girl still an unlocked character? Do I have to fight a boss to find out who she is, like the principal or the lunch lady, or take down a criminal organization, or retrieve a legendary relic? Anyways, still have no name, still have no idea who she is, but like I was taught, and so a week passes by and I walk into class. A large-sized hall that fit up to 200 people. My friends and I would sit in the middle right, while History Girl and her friends resided in the very top left. So I never had the opportunity to interact with her during class either. Plus, it was already 3 months into the semester. Everyone already had their unspoken spots. I couldn't randomly out of nowhere just sit with her group of friends without a reason because it would stand out too much. And at this point I was running out of cards to play and I thought about scrapping this whole plan to hopefully meet History Girl. It's almost the end of the semester, finals are soon, it's game over. I start walking to my regular spot, but then I look up and I see History Girl talking with some guy. Oh my god, please don't be your boyfriend. Oh my god, please don't be your boyfriend. It was Alex! This person, Alex, coincidentally turned out to be a friend that I made during the school tour orientation way back in August. The last time that I had officially talked to Alex was 3 months ago. Although we didn't talk or hang out very often, we were still cool with each other, enough for me to go up and say hi to him. Do you see where I'm going with this? After 3 months and jumping through multiple obstacles to try and figure out who she is, this might be my first opportunity to actually meet History Girl. I cannot even explain to you how fast I walked up those stairs. So I ran up the stairs to say hi to Alex, and he coincidentally... yeah, total coincidence, didn't see that coming. Not planned at all. Introduces me to the 3 girls. They were Kristen, Kate, and History Girl was Jay. We'll just call them that. But doesn't that mean you used Alex? Used? No, Alex, he just helped, you know? You know what I'm saying? Turns out he was just asking her for an extra pencil. What the fuck? The power of coincidence. So I end up sitting with them, but Alex didn't actually plan to sit where we were and later moved spots. So now it's just me and Jay. Sort of. She knows my name, but I'm still a complete stranger and have yet to talk to her and make an impression and somehow get past her 2 equally as attractive friends. While in a history lecture, where I'm not allowed to talk. All I have to do is ask her out. Easy. Right?
Hey guys, I just wanted to say hello from beautiful Maldives in Southeast Asia. Look at that Indian Ocean, how fantastic it looks. Listen guys, 4 years ago I wasn't able to travel around the world and stay at 5-star resorts. I was working a dead-end job for minimum wage, which was $7.25 an hour as a temp agent.
Do you ever have one of those moments where something crazy happens to you out of luck or pure stupidity and you're like, wait, was that real? And you just rethink your entire life? Okay, so I've managed to sit with the girl that I like, along with her 2 friends, and my friend Alex has just introduced us, but aside from names, we're still nothing more than strangers, because this is the first time I've formally met them, and it is already 3 months into the semester. I'm planning to ask out Jay, but the situation isn't looking that great. And just to remind you, this is a history lecture class, a quiet place where you're supposed to listen to the professor and take notes. Not really a great place to get to know somebody. That, and she's with her 2 other friends, and in the past, I have never seen them split up. Wait, was is this even a good idea? Probably not. I'm totally gonna do it anyway. So how should I start a conversation? Should I talk about history or the homework we have? Hey, so about that history work, history's pretty cool. Ooh, okay, probably not going to do that. Then again, I shouldn't even be talking in the first place, so I have to come up with some sort of excuse to talk to them, but I have no idea where to start.
Hey guys, I think I screwed up.
Wait, what?
Well, I accidentally squished the banana in my bag, and now there's banana all over my textbooks, and it smells like bananas.
By pure coincidence, Kate, one of Jay's friends, had accidentally spilled a banana in her backpack where it left a huge mess. So I offered to help her clean it up. Oh my god, it's everywhere. Hey, do you want me to grab you paper towels or something?
Oh my god, it's everywhere. Yeah, that'd be great, thank you.
And just like that, we left the lecture hall to clean up her bag. And this lucky incident is where I really started to get along with them. We made jokes about the messy banana and how boring our history class was, and a bunch of other random topics. I somehow had made it in. So we finished cleaning her bag, and now, fast forward 2 hours to the end of class, and our professor is handing back our essays from last week. This was my plan. So chances are I'll probably get my paper before hers, then I can wait outside for her, then we can all walk to the train station together. I'm not sure how I'll ask her out with Kate and Kristen around, but I'll figure it out from there. So now I just need to get my paper before she does, and can Jay please come and get her paper? What the fuck? Jay was one of the very first people to get her paper back, so she grabs her essay and walks out the door, which by the way was total bullshit. Oh, there are roughly 100 people in this classroom. What are the chances of her being called first? Okay, well, whatever, no problem. As long as Kristen and Kate are still here, Jay has to wait for them. Can Kate and Kristen please come and get their paper? Fan-fucking-tastic. So they both walk out the door, and for the next 30 seconds, I wait in pure anxiety and pray that I get called next. Like I said in the last video, it's like someone put me into a video game dating simulator and was like, yo, let's put it on hard mode. So I'm waiting, and finally, 6 names later, is Harold here? I grabbed that paper out of my professor's hand so quick that I immediately booked it out of the classroom. Thank you! It was kind of rude, but whatever. So I bolt out of the classroom, take a quick jog, and catch up to them. I almost missed them, but now the 4 of us are walking to the train station together. At this point, Jay and I are now decently familiar with each other. I've made a couple of jokes. Okay, I'm prepared, I'll ask her out. Now I just need to get past Kristen and Kate. You can't just ask somebody out on a date in front of a bunch of other people. That puts them on the spot, and it's uncomfortable. It's just a stupid thing to do. Asking someone out should be done one-on-one. It also just makes her way better than me. Anyways, I mean, I guess I could have just asked to speak with Jay in private, but man, are you kidding? I didn't have the balls to do that. I'm already in unknown territory talking to 3 girls at the same time that I just met 3 hours ago. I'm trying. What? Did you want me to confess like in a Korean drama? So again, I have no idea what I'm going to do, but for the second time, my unintentional MVP wingwoman, Kate, comes through.
Well, I parked on the other side of school, so I'll catch you guys later.
And she was gone. So we say bye to Kate and continue walking to the train, just the 3 of us. Okay, well, that was lucky, but I don't think that's going to happen again. It's almost 9:30. I might miss my train, so I'll see you guys tomorrow, is what Kristen tells us when we get to the school gate. Then she quickly walks up the stairs to the train station, and she's gone. But wait, Kate and Kristen were here like 30 seconds ago, but now they're gone. Where did they... What? Out of nowhere, in the span of 2 minutes after leaving the lecture hall, Kate and Kristen are now gone. So Kate would normally drive home, then Kristen and Jay would train home together, but not tonight because coincidentally Jay was getting picked up by her dad. So we part ways with Kristen and start walking to the parking lot together, me and Jay. The parking lot, which by the way, happened to be in the same direction as my dorm. Yeah, total coincidence. Wait, it actually wasn't a coincidence. Well, that's nice. So for the very first time, it was just me and her. Just the 2 of us. And to be honest, it was nice. It was a windy but not too cold autumn night, and while walking through campus, we continued to make jokes and just talk about random things. I made sure to walk a little slower than usual. A quiet evening after class had ended, just hanging out and laughing with the person you like. I mean, what more could you ask for? Okay, but what happens next, anime boy? Anyway, okay, sure, this was a nice and sort of romantic walk and stuff, but every step forward we took, I was losing time. I have to ask her out before we get to the parking lot, but like any normal person, I was nervous and procrastinated my confession. Should I really do this? Maybe I should just play it safe and just stay friends with her.
Hey, look, there's my dad in the red truck over there.
And looks like I'm deciding right now. We are less than 15 seconds away from walking to this truck, and in that moment I said to myself, so many dumb things have happened to bring me to this point, I don't even care what the answer is going to be anymore, so I'm just going to ask. Oh, but by the way,
Yeah?
I was just wondering if you'd be down to grab coffee with me sometime.
Not really. I don't drink coffee. So maybe juice would be better. But yeah, let's grab lunch together sometime.
Wait, did she just... what?
Here, put your number in my phone.
Yeah, for sure. And so I did. Looking back to that day, I still can't believe that a banana was my wingman. There were a lot of dumb things that brought me to this point, and to top it all off, she said yes, but none of that would happen if I didn't make that first move, or multiple moves, I guess. Wow, looking back at this, I tried really hard. I guess it really goes to show that working outside of your comfort zone can really go a long way. Well, something like that. Anyways, I will catch you in the next video. Peace. Anyways, peace. I'm here with you. A few days passed by and we picked out a weekend that worked for both of us. I was unsure of where to go at first, but I ended up picking this cafe downtown that served drinks themed from Harry Potter. A few more days passed by and the Friday that we picked out eventually came. I was nervous, but I was also just as excited. Now you might be wondering, well, how did that first date go? And all I can say is, I couldn't have gotten more lucky. Although it was the first date, it also wasn't the last one, because there's definitely more that came after. But the details for that story are for another video. Peace.
Listen, I ought to having a big time rapper coming in here.
Rapper. Generation defining artist, maybe.